All right, here we have another Stone beer. This is the Stone Stochasticity project, Hi-Fi and Lo-Fi Mixtape. It's a blend of fresh and barrel-aged ales, clocking in at 8.8% ABV. This was bottled May 7th of 2015. Let's see how this one does.
Drink it or dump it.
Well, next up, do people have problems pronouncing this number one? How did that go for you? This is from 2015.
Yeah, stochasticity, which I'm having trouble saying. And the idea was that we would brew beers like nobody else had brewed. It was kind of our free range experimentation series. And it came along after we did all the vertical epic series of beers, which were all Belgian influenced. And stochasticity was, designed to be kind of brewers' free reign. And we did a lot of fun beers in that series, I think the name was hard for people to pronounce, and that's surprisingly a pretty important thing when it comes to beer releases. The HiFi+LoFi one was a great one. We had been doing what we were calling mixtape blends at Stone, where we were taking small batches and blending them together and just doing them as really small, like draft only releases. And we decided to up the ante a little bit and do this beer as part of the Stochasticity series. What we did is we brewed what's called a stock ale, kind of a strong base ale that we aged in a foudre at Stone for several months. And then we came back after the fact and then brewed a batch, slightly lower alcohol, fresh batch of the same beer. And then we blended them together and figured out a blend and then put them together. And it was kind of like how English beers were poured in pubs in the 1800s. The publicans would have a tank of stock beer, and then they'd get barrels or casks of fresh beer, and they'd blend them together and come up with, and they did that with porter and several styles. And so that's what we tried to do, and it was a lot of fun.
What does stochasticity even mean?
Oh, I think it means kind of like random science or something like that. I don't remember. Greg knew what it meant, and he had to explain it to everybody.
All right. Well, what do you think this is going to be doing? This is
it's foaming a little bit. It might have a little bit of tartness to it. We'll see. Because it did have the 4 to 6 months, I think, of food or aging. So there was stuff going on. Yeah, look at how foamy that is. Okay. So it's definitely gained some effervescence in the bottle.
Which is a good thing. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, I think the sourness came from the foudre, and those foudres had wine in them before we bought them. So I'm sure there was some funk going on in there that developed over time as the beer sat in the bottle, because it wasn't there when we originally bottled it. I know that.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Yeah. Okay.
To be honest. I'd probably say this is the dump. This is the thumbs down.
Okay, well, bummer.
I'll tell you what, it smells really good though. I'm gonna put this right here. So that's okay. That's why we call it drink it or dump it. Well, cool, Mitch. Well, thanks for your time. Great to see you.
Great to see you too, Cletus. Thank you. Say hi to Jill for me.
I definitely will.
The definition of the word stochasticity is the quality of having no plan or order that's predictable. And that is exactly what the Stone Stochasticity series was all about. Each one of the recipes were unique enough of their own, and they're completely different and did not follow any plan at all, other than being something that we thought would be interesting. There were some hits, and admittedly there were some misses. Overall, I love the labels and proud of some of them, not all of them, but many of them.